Before I continue with the review of the Schiit Modius. Modius? Schiit Modi? It's not called the Schiit Modi. So this is the Modius. Before I can... Burning in IMs over there. I just want to verify, because people were asking, Zeos, you love the topping A90. This is, by the way, the topping A90. I'm probably going to end up using this also on the Ragnarok review, but for now, best headphone amp. Does it work with your 909s, which are very amp dependent? And the answer is yes. This is much better than the 789 as far as making them just sound just Hold on, wait. Oh, Bob Marley. Oh, it's a bad recording quality, isn't that? On low gain, by the way. You cannot even approach 12 o'clock. So, okay. So, what I've got going on here. This is a Schiit Modius. I'm going to say Modius. I want to say Modius, but it's going to be Modius. I've got fiber optic from her here. I've got a USB from here. Because everyone's like, you got a USB, Zeos, if you're doing a DAC. So, all right. If you're in my patronage chat for $10 a month and you ask me to do something, I listen. And I'm trying to hear a difference between the two, because you can switch between 4 inputs. And currently all I have is the fiber optic and USB. There is a coaxial digital and there is an AES, which is more like for professional level gear. I don't mean professional like better than your stuff. I mean like just needs to be an XLR. And I was just doing the same songs back and forth because I could just do them. And no real change that I've detected. I think what we've got here is a Schiit Modi. Slightly tweaked, running balanced, because this is a low price point DAC. This is not $1 billion. This is $200. That's right around the same price as a Geshelli Labs Enog. It's a little bit under what you'd pay for a non-balanced JDS Labs EL2 DAC. What else we got? We got a bunch of SMSL. I will link in the description several USB or fiber optic or whatever DACs just in that sort of price range. And if you don't link them, feel free to head over to Hi-Fi Guides and you can actually look it up there, because it's just, you go to sources, you go to DAC, you slide the slider and it's like boom. Oh, you want balanced? Boom, only balanced. So I'm going to take this apart while we're here, because this was loaned to me by a user and he didn't say specifically you shouldn't take this apart. So that's automatically do it. And also this has 110 running into it, and this whole fucking thing. I'm going to yell about the back in a second. Don't worry, baby. We're getting to the back. Shit's not off the hook yet. This is not just going to be like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing that's ever been built. And shit is, I should give them a Nobel Peace Prize. I think it sounds exactly as good as anyone would need a $200 balanced DAC to sound. Equivalent to the Geshelli Labs? Sure. I'm going to get on there, although that is only fiber optic, so you're missing a little bit. But that also has multiple gain stages to output. So, by the way, this is just before things. This, by the way, is that going to fall out? That's just going to fall out, isn't it? This is a wonderful piece of aluminum. Shit has come, if shit has come anywhere from like the back in the day, like they had, I'll try to take this off without, like they've been experimenting with like finishes and fits, and like this is a cis. And it's like a rough hammered material. It's like but like, just like, like they used to have like this, but it was thicker, but now it's thinner. Then it was this, it was painted. Now it's like, you could just, that slap me in the ass with this. This thing is so smooth. Like you could barely see the grain in it, but I mean, and it's light, which is perfectly fine. Here's your, is it unpolished? And there's the polished side. Oh God. So anyway, that's just a pretty cover, which I've taken off now. And you can see this is not a complicated DAC. In fact, I just realized there's a telephone jack in there. For reasons, in case you got to make a phone call. What are you? You're not Cat 5. You're... That's fully board programming, testing. That's cool. I've never seen that before. A couple high quality caps. Here's your XLR output. Here's your RCA output. Here's your AES. I'll actually get to the back. You only get one button and 4 LEDs. Actually, I don't get to yell at shit today for putting the power switch on the back, because there is no power switch. Fuck you, they said. It's on all the time, which I have no problem with. Honest to God, this own X8 Magic DAC is on. That Musician Pegasus, which is an R2R DAC, which should stay on all the time, is on. This own has been on since I put it here 6 years ago. It just is on. It's DAC. It's on. Electronics are okay staying warm. Hot's no good, but warm, like just warm is fine. The problem is when you shut it off all the time and it gets hot and cold and hot and cold and things bend and warp and bend and warp and bend. That's bad. So you're better off leaving things that are just like gonna sit. Just let them sit on. So I have no problem with that. But now that we've opened this up, you can see the simplicity of it. And you can look at the back. Here's your XLR outputs. Here's your RCA outputs. AES, which is that, which no one's going to really... If you, in the comments of this video, if you've ever used an AES bus, I have, because I hooked up that Genelex at one time, but I needed an outputting DAC, not an inputting DAC, which is fucking weird. So I still haven't used it officially. But this can be fed in from like pro equipment, like mixers, giant mixers. Here's your coaxial in. Here's your fiber optic in, going through an Amazon Basics fiber optic cable, which by the way are the best. Zeos link those in the future. Here is and I'm going to yell again because last time I checked the clock, it was 2020. I'll check it again. Maybe it's not 2020. Maybe it's, 2011. But it's 2020. And that are two USB micro plugs. Fuck you, shit. What are you doing? Number one, I'm pretty sure the Schiit Modi, like the normal... In fact, I'm going to go look. I haven't looked. It's wallpapers, by the way. There's the Modius. Very nice. $200. You could select the finish. You get it in silver or black. Where's the black finish? Will it show me? Oh, here's the black finish. So it's black and silver, which would match the, here's the full of 3. So if you wanted to look like this, instead of this, by the way, get the silver. Oh my God, that is... Get the silver. Get the silver. That's all I'm saying. But let me just take a look real quick. I want to see, maybe they've updated the Modi to be terrible as well. Because I have some shit to talk to them about. Yeah, they did. They're bad. You're fucking bad. No, wait. There's 2 versions. Okay, so... What is this? Modi 3 and the Modi Multibit. The Modi Multibit's older. It's got a full-size, big fuck USB plug like this, like the big ones, like JDS Labs uses, like printers use, like you want. And then apparently the new fucking one, which is the non-multi-bit Schiit Modi 3, also, for fuck's sake, shit, stop putting micro USBs on everything. They're terrible. They're the worst. Even mini, like my original Hero 4 GoPro uses, is better than micro. Nobody wants micro. And you give me 2 of them, and it's not like you don't got the fucking... You got a goddamn telephone jack on the inside, so you don't tell me that you have room. I'm just venting, because really, any company that in 2020 designs a brand new product and then doesn't put USB-C, eat my ass. USB-C is the best. It's the best it's ever been and ever will be. Put it on there, or give me the big one. Why would you ever go to the small? Anyway, there's 2 of them on here. This one is the one that is connected to this laptop. This cable is not the cable it came with. The cable it came with is in a box somewhere. This is the cable from those Cooler Master MH670. It's really nice. I don't know. I might keep that. But so you have 2. You have one for... You have basically 2. One is power only. So if you're using a fiber optic, coaxial digital, or AES only, you would need to run the power only. I'm running it through the laptop, which has power and signal. So you still need one USB to power the whole thing. But if I wasn't doing this and fiber optic, if I was just doing fiber optic, I could just get a wall wart, plug it into the power one, and it would power the unit. So it's like, fucking why aren't you USB-C? Done. Small and fragile, and they don't line up properly. Okay, and the inside obviously is wonderful. Here's a nice aluminum button with a felt pad in it. Interesting how to see how they did that. We can reassemble Stephanie. See, that's why it rattles around. It's just a... Oh God, it goes in there, shorts everything out. I'm a professional. Do this at home. Here, let's put this back together in the most there. Anyway, what is playing? Story of Star Wars? Oh God, no. I have a vinyl rip of the Story of Star Wars. Like, I hope you could hear this. I'll pause that for a second. So what do I have to say about the Schiit Modius while I'm reassembling it? It does exactly the job I was expecting it to do. It's actually built. The look, the finish alone has caused me to like give it like one more point. Because, I mean, I love the Geshelli Labs. In fact, where's my Enog? I took it off the desk. There. I love me my Enog 2 Pro. This is the one that was there. Now the Pegasus fucking Mega Fusion $1,100 RTR DAC is there. Dust. But this does have a couple things. Now, Geshelli, I said, is developing a new DAC that will compete, at least in form factor, with something like this, where like things are on the back. Because this has, here's your power input, here's your fiber input, here's your coaxial input, here's your switch to choose which one of those you're using, and the gain settings, which no other DACs really have gain settings unless they're DACs that have full volume outputs. And then here's your outputs on the backside. So it's sort of like this box is not meant to be presented on your desk. This box is meant to go behind shit. So, you know, you plug your stuff into it, you set your settings, you run it out to your amp. You're not supposed to really look at this. And the Geshelli didn't get that when they designed it. They designed it to be the smallest and use the boxes they already had. So this is just shit making another piece of shit that fits the Schiit lifestyle. Because if you are part of the Schiit, what's it called when you're in like the Apple, what's that thing called? Oh, ecosystem. You're in the Schiit ecosystem now. So, and I guess this is the same size as like the Jotunheim. It throws me off a little bit because it's a bit thinner. Like that's thinner than a Jotunheim would be. Jotunheim's like 50-60% higher. But oh, I just want to touch it. Like I just want to touch this. And I like the fact that, you know, it's just got one button and it's just fiber optic, coaxial, AES, USB, which is currently paused because it was the Story of Star Wars. Yeah, I have no problems listening to this through the A90, which is again a fucking monster headphone amplifier. Like Schiit wishes it had an amplifier that was it's just put a silver box on it and it's done. But and this has the preamp output in the back as well, which clicks and then it has a pre-out. This is on low gain with these headphones, and it actually like it doesn't add that harshness like the 789 does. Not to do a re-review of the topping A90, but this is the first time I've had these. And if I know anything about looks, it's that they kind of matter. Like I put these headphones on and I expect something because of how they look. I know the engineering that went in them. I know their cost. I know them using the periapt cable. By the way, I linked to periapt cables. I love purple. But having a look means something, and that looks good. In fact, let's plug this into the 79 because I am running to the output there. You gotta rotate right because obviously I have 90 degree going on my lower. Wow, that Pegasus is way louder. Okay, just pointing out that I have that running to this on XLR and this running to this on RCA, and I hadn't switched it, and it was like blowing these headphones up. So I got to figure out, because that thing's supposed to have like a recall going on. I don't know. Soul coughing. I need soul coughing in my, you know what, I'm adding that to, I have a playlist up top that's for testing songs for the sound demos, and it's empty because I just added like 15-20 songs, and I just drag it in there. I'm like, you know what, this song, I would love to put soul coughing in my sound demos, but I have to test it. I gotta see if the YouTube gods determine it's a block this fucker. sort of level of song, or just, you know, like, I don't mind if it's demonetized. All my sound demos are demonetized. By the way, thank you for supporting this channel if you do, because all my sound demos are demonetized, and a lot of my videos are now demonetized because I do shit like that where I just hold a headphone. Oh my God, we heard soul coughing for 9 seconds, no money for you. I don't care. I've got plenty of patrons, people on Subscribestar. I got companies sending me things that I could sell in the yard sales. I am okay with fucking over YouTube just a little bit, just to get my point across. I don't have to suck their D that hard. But yeah, soul coughing. Into more she'll be a whore. You know, even the RCA outputs straight to the 789 sounds fucking great. Like, you're getting this because it's a balanced DAC. I get that. But there's no reason why the RCA, like, I have to really, I didn't dig into like the philosophy. Like, have they done more to this? Oh, I'll have to look at it right now. We'll look at it right now. What chipset are you using? Version. Let's look at the Modi 3 because that's the newest one in silver. And yeah, that. What are my specs? We have currently a AKM AK4490. AKM AK4490. AKM AK4490. And this has an AKM 4493. So it does have a newer DAC chip. I mean, it just makes sense. If you're making the Modi for like 2 years, you're gonna just put the newer one in there. I wish I had a Modi here now to do like a strict AB RCA, but I wouldn't go ahead. Like, it's a $200 version that's bigger with new connections on it, so you're paying mostly for that. And they just happen to throw a newer DAC in there. I don't think anyone's freaking out. This is not it's not the 99 or whatever the most flagship of those AKM DACs is. So I'm not going to say that's why it sounds better to my brain, but it doesn't sound bad. A number one good. You know, you only want the wrong way. I don't think wrong way would fit in my sound demos. First of all, you got to hear the whole song through so you understand the story of Wrong Way. So I wouldn't want to do that to my audience. I will say this though, this is much smaller. If you're looking for a balanced DAC that is smaller, and it's purple. Just you know what? When Schiit puts out color coded, like to your preference, like I would love a teal one of these, but not like painted, like a clear coat of teal on that like bright silver background. That would be like that, but like a little bit more blue. What's playing? That's System of a Down, so we're not on System of a Down. Let's go to System of a Down. Daddy Chuck. Skip ahead. Oh my lord, that's $1,800 headphones playing System of a Down, which is probably something that doesn't, oh my ears, happen a lot. But I mean, there you go. What's the most expensive headphone you've listened to System of a Down on? So I think we're just going to wrap it up. It's a very basic box. It's got very basic things in it. It's got one button, has no on and off, has a bunch of inputs. You can easily switch between them. I think it sounds good enough to feed at least an A90. Like, I'm not like, oh man, this sounds like shit, or I wish I had a higher end DAC. So bravo to that. It's relatively easily purchasable with the price at $200. I fucking hate the fact that we have to use USB micros, like to the point where I would actually like file a fucking letter on this. Or I would get those, in fact, Zeos is going to link in the description of this video, future Zeos, magnetic conversion kits that you sell for phones, or they used to at least, that you plug in and you leave it there and then this little magnet thing goes click. I'm going to find one, and if you want, you can just glue those fuckers in there and have anything that's not USB micro. Fuck USB micro. And that's my story. I really do. I do like it. Other than that micro thing, which is like bullshit, just bullshit. But I mean, it's fuck. Everyone's gonna buy this, number one, for the look, because that is just. Can we just the look of that? Like that's way more money. That's $500 ad, but oh, that just looks more special. If I put this on top of it, here, hold on. Let's get the beauty shot that you'd have like in like a magazine. We got the purple cable. You got to lean it. It's like, oh. Yeah, I don't think I need to sell anyone the Modius. I think they're just like, I need a balanced DAC Modius done. And until Geshelli converts this to one-sided, I mean, I do love my Geshelli stuff, but this is going to be a hot ticket item, and I will link to it. I'm glad they got away from this. This is so heavy. This feels heavier than that. So no more textured stuff, no more screwdrivers. Link to the A90. I've listened on several headphones, but I decided that I don't need that many to finish a review on a DAC, so we're just going to lift this off without damaging anything. It's so pretty. And yeah, so links to things, like I was talking about, subscribe, start Patreon, support this channel, keep me employed during this bullshit, and I will keep bringing you content. That's the deal. You support this channel, I'll keep supporting you with things that keep you from going bored. I hope, but I will help you go broke. That's the trade-off. It's like signing your soul away. Like, oh yeah, I'm always entertained. Please feed me. That's you. Yeah. Patreon, see these reviews early. Ask me any questions you want on platform. Try to keep the questions short so I can answer them quickly. And enter into the yard sales, which this unfortunately will not be in. A lot of times I'll just purchase things with the Patreon and subscribe star money. Just like that. I didn't have the fucking full. I just bought it. And then Schiit contacted me later and sent me the hell. And I'm like, ah. But this was sent to me by a user. He's great. He's like, hey, you want to try this? I haven't. Boom. He sent it to me straight. I opened it up, I unboxed it on the unboxing channel. There is an unboxing channel, which also does daily videos. They're trying to keep that up, although it's harder in quarantine. So you can check that out, because first impressions are always special. And yard sales, which I would not be selling either of these things. There might be a few Geshelli products coming up that I'll put in the yard sale, a couple of headphones and cables and portable players. But yeah, that, and then there's a $10 Telegram tier, which is the behind the scenes, all access on my phone. I answer you with voice messages, ask my entire like pay for community any questions you want. They'll always be helpful. The answer is usually arias, but sometimes the answer is not arias, and it's the Hollow May DAC. And then sometimes it's not that, and it's the Swan D1090s is the answer to everything. So I mean, I've just saved you the $10. You don't have to join that chat now. But if you do to join that chat, I'll be there and I will welcome you. And they'll all welcome you. And there's a whole bunch of gifts they'll post. It's fantastic. So thank you for the user who sent this. Thank you for Topping for existing. And thank you for Fostex for selling me these headphones at a reduced price. Because, fuck, they're expensive. But anyway, download that wallpaper in the description also. And if you want to look up the original artist, feel free to do so on SourceNow or IQDB. And I will see you all tomorrow for something else that's not a DAC and boring. I mean, DACs aren't that boring. At least this one's pretty. Like, if it might be the prettiest DAC. That's pretty. But that's $1,100, and that's $200. And I feel like that is like there's little red LEDs, and this one's little white LEDs.